Good morning, Susie Cobden here. This morning I wanted to read a passage to you from Conversations with God by Neale Donald Walsch. Now, if you don't believe in God as God, use that word as source, universe, creator, whatever fits for you. But I love this book. I'm not particularly religious, as in following a particular church, but I do know that there's a superpower that exists in all of us, and that is my translation of what God is. So I opened this book randomly, trusting that it is a passage that will answer some questions for some of you. So where I opened it at is on page 7 of An Uncommon Dialogue is the chapter. And it says, how can I know this communication is from God? And how do I know this is not my own imagination? What would be the difference? Do you not see that I could just as easily work through your imagination as anything else? I will bring you the exact right thoughts, words, or feelings at any given moment, suited precisely to the purpose at hand, using one device or several. You will know these words are from me because, of your own accord, have never spoken so clearly. Have you already spoken so clearly on these questions? Had you already spoken so clearly on these questions, you would not be asking them. So to whom does God communicate? Are there special people and are there special times? All people are special and all moments are golden. There is no person and there is no time, no one more special than the other. Many people choose to believe that God communicates in special ways and only to special people. This removes the mass of the people from responsibility to hearing my message, much less receiving it, which is another matter, and allows them to take someone else's word for everything. You don't have to listen to me, for you've already decided that others have heard from me on every subject, and you have them to listen to. By listening to what other people think they heard me say, you don't have to think at all. This is the biggest reason for most people turning my messages on a personal level. If you acknowledge that you are receiving my messages directly, then you are responsible for interpreting them. It is far safer and much easier to accept the interpretation of others, even others who have lived 2,000 years ago, than to seek to interpret the message you may very well be receiving yourself right now. Yet I invite you to a new form of communication with God, a two-way communication. In truth, it is you who have invited me in. I have come to you in this form right now in answer to your call. Why do some people, take Christ for example, seem to hear more of your communication than others? Because some people are willing to actually listen. They are willing to hear and they are willing to remain open to the communication even when it seems scary or crazy or downright wrong. We should listen to God even when what's being said seems wrong, especially when it seems wrong. If you think you are right about everything, then who needs to speak with God? Go ahead and act on all that you know, but notice that you've all been doing that since time began. And look at what shape the world is in. Clearly, you've missed something. Obviously, there is something you don't understand. That which you do not understand must seem right to you, because right is a term you use to designate something with which you agree. What you've missed will, therefore, appear first to be wrong. The only way to move forward on this is to ask yourself, what would happen if everything I thought was wrong was actually right? Every great scientist knows about this. When what a scientist does is not working, a scientist sets aside all of his assumptions and starts over. All great discoveries have been made from a willingness and an ability to not be right, and that's what's needed here. You cannot know God until you've stopped telling yourself that you already know God. You cannot hear God until you stop thinking that you've already heard God. I cannot tell you my truth until you stop telling me yours. Who said so? Others. What others? Leaders, ministers, rabbis, priests, books, the Bible, for heaven's sake. Those are not authoritative sources. They aren't? No. Then what is? Listen to your feelings. Listen to your highest thoughts. Listen to your experience. Whenever any one of these differ from what you've been told by your teachers or read in books, forget the words. Words are the least reliable purveyor of truth. There is so much I want to say to you, so much I want to ask, and I don't know where to begin. For instance, why is it that you do not reveal yourself? If there really is a God and you are it, why do you not reveal yourself in a way we can all understand? I have done so over and over, and I'm doing it again right now. No, I mean by a method of revelation that is incontrovertible, that cannot be denied, such as appearing right now before my eyes. I'm doing so right now. Where? Everywhere you look. No, I mean in a way that I can't miss, in a way no man could deny. What would that be? In what form or shape would you have me appear? In the form or shape that you actually have. That would be impossible, for I have no form or shape that you could understand. I could adopt a form or shape that you could understand, but then everyone would assume that what they have seen is the one and only form and shape of God, rather than a form or a shape of God, one of many. People believe I am what they see me as, rather than what they do not see. That's important. But I am the great unseen. Now, what could cause myself to be in any particular moment, in a sense, I am what I am not? It is from this am notness that I come, and to it I always return. Yet when I come in one particular form or another, a form in which I think people can understand me, people assign me to that form forevermore. And should I come in any other form to any other people, the first say I did not appear to the second because it did not look to the second as it did in the first, nor say the same things. So how could it have been me? You see, then it matters not what form or in what manner I reveal myself. Whatever manner I choose and whatever form I take, none will be incontrovertible. But if you did something that would evidence the truth of who you are beyond doubt or question, there are still those who would say it is of the devil or of someone else's imagination or any cause other than me. If I reveal myself as God Almighty, King of heaven and earth, and move mountains to prove it, there are those who would say it must have been Satan. And such as it should be, for God does not reveal God's self to God's self, God's self to God's self, we God, from or through outward observation, but through inward experience. Yes, all experience is through the heart. And when inward experience has revealed God's self, outward observation is not necessary. If outward observation is necessary, inward experience is not possible. So we've got to trust in our heart and what we're feeling and open up that way. What's physical is all a mirage. If then revelation is requested, it cannot be had, for the act of asking is a statement that is not there, that nothing of God is now being revealed. Such a statement produces the experience, For your thought about something is creative, and your word is productive, and your thought and your word together are magnificently effective in giving birth to your reality. There you go. Therefore, shall you experience that God is not now revealed, for if God were, you would not ask God to be. Interesting. Hope you've enjoyed that. I might continue with this book again at another point. Anyhow, I'd love to hear your comments, and we'll catch you all on the next video. Bye for now.